So yeah, I very, very glad to have you on the show today. For the listeners out there, thank you for tuning in to the Millionaire by Morning podcast. Today we have Anntreece Jones, who is the owner, writer, creator, director, and producer of Anntreece Jones Productions, LLC. She has written and produced over 16 mind-blowing stage play productions and is currently working on her film and TV series, Blocked.
Yes.
Though the company is grassrooted, it has grown over the last 2 years, having over 30 actors and actresses on staff. Training and acting boot camps are offered to the team to help mold them into greatness. Anntreece Jones Productions, LLC, is known for bringing kingdom to culture. The productions give our audience hope, inspiration, and direction. Welcome to the show, Miss Anntreece Jones.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. I actually have wanted to get you on the show for a while, but we stopped production last year around November, December, so I hadn't reached back out. But we are glad to have you on our new series. And what we're doing, we're reaching out to people that are basically doing something with their time and their effort in the community while living their dreams and helping other people to live theirs.
Yes,
And I think you
yes.
are a proponent for that. So if you could, I'll stop talking and let you give a little background about you and what made you come into Anntreece Jones production.
Life brought me into Anntreece Jones Productions. Just I experienced a lot of things. Well, I was already in there being creative and doing things within church. Um, um, I was a drill team director for years, creating and directing and doing those type of things within church. But then outside of the four walls, again, life hit in a different way. Um, I I developed multiple sclerosis, and it really challenged my faith. Really took me to a dark place. Really made me feel like I did something wrong. I felt like maybe God was punishing me. Maybe you know I don't know. My mind was all over the place during that time, but I had to get grips within myself and just, ask God, what is it that you want me to do? Maybe this wasn't given to me, to punish me, but maybe to drive me towards my purpose. And so here I am now, um, using the things in my experiences that I have faced in my life, seeing other people encounter and overcome. And I said, God, I want to put realness out there to the world so people can really grab hold to it and really change, for the better. For me, I have my belief, so I know what I'm supposed to do, as a believer and things like that. But what about people that don't? What if people don't know what to do? What if people, feel like, well, I just want to kill myself. I just want to give up today. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can go forward. But, here I am living with a disease that they say I have no cure for. You know what I'm saying? I have 14 lesions on my brain, 4 on my spine. Well, 13 lesions on my brain, 4 on my spine, and it's no cure for it. And I can easily say, you know what, I'm not supposed to do nothing. My life is done. But why not make the best of it? Why not make the best of it, doing something that I love and doing something that I know can bring life or bring some type of, break some chains in people's lives, to let them see that they're not the only ones going through things.
Right.
And so that's how I found myself getting here at this point, is just really like, God, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. Didn't know, I didn't have plans on being in TV and film at all. Like I don't like that was not in my plan. COVID actually made me pivot to that because I was thinking just stage plays, I would just do some stage plays, whatever. TV was not in my mind. But COVID, another bad situation where guys say, what are you going to do with that? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Are you going to be, well, it's me, or are you going to take this opportunity and shift? And so I decided to shift when the theaters were closed and everything like that. I said, you know what, Lord, TV will never shut down, the web will never shut down, So of course that's part of life now. So, hey, here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. That's an amazing story and testimony.
Yeah.
It sounds to me that you are extremely purpose driven, which is basically the backbone to all great businesses, if you ask me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you gotta, I tell people all the time, I actually had a talk with my father the other day, and I was telling him, I was like, Dad, this is so hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep going when you're grass rooted and you don't have, some people, have money or are connected to people that just, give, or, whatever. But what about when you don't have nothing except for your vision and your heart? You know what I'm saying? What do you do with that? A lot of people is like, how can you build off of that? I'm a witness. You can build a lot. You can build a lot. It's not easy at all, but I wouldn't lie and tell anybody I don't have moments where I felt like quitting or being like, man, this is just it's Lord, I having a moment where I feel like I'm stuck, or I just feel like I'm not, being able to shift the way I need to. Lord, what do I need to do in this moment right now? Because I have all these grand ideas, but money make the world go round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, what I'm saying, it take money to make money. But like somebody told me, what about when you have heart? Because when
Right.
you have heart, you connect yourself to other heart people, a lot can happen.
That's true. And I'm glad you said that because that was my next question. With you being a purpose driven person, with you being the leader over especially a production company, when people think about acting, you do have a lot of actors that do it for the love, but then when you're thinking about, okay, we're about to do this production, a lot of times people tie in acting, entertainment straight to money. So how do you keep people in line, or I don't want to say keep people in line, how do you continue to lead people in your production company that kind of came there for that sole reason, like, ooh, I'm about to be in the entertainment industry. I'm gonna blow up. Do you deal with those type of people?
I nip it right in the bud right before we even get started. Like before they even come to the table, I let them know up front, this is where I'm at in my company. And I would tell any business owner, it's okay to let people know where you stand. And I don't want to give any broken promises. I don't want to give false hope or anything like that. All I know is that if my heart is in it and I'm driving, and I got you on my side to help me push this thing, we can get there, but I let people know up front, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing, this is going to be X, Y, and Z, because at the end of the day, sometimes it's not always about money. It's not always about money. And truth be told, there's some people out there that really just love to act. They just really want to, just love the art of it or whatever. And it gives them opportunity to say, where they use that to build up their portfolios and things like that, to create leverage for themselves. I It's a lot of things that I do for my actors and actresses that some directors and producers may not do. And that's to put in extra time and market their actors and actresses. You know what I'm saying? My actors and actresses, they have photo shoots. They have, we shoot, we film. They have footage and stuff that I just give them so much to help push them, because I just don't want them to act for me. I want them to take that and go act for other people. I want them to go spread their wings and go and be great, you know what I'm saying, in the industry, if that's what they choose to do. Take this and go be great, because what you do here for me is molded around my vision, what I'm doing for my projects, and my content. So you take that knowledge that I give you, that I pour into you, and you take it and you go and implement it some in other places and go be great. So you know that's not to say that we ain't got stuff, we got stuff on the table, that's lined up. It's just that timing with God, because I feel like sometimes God, when you have things that are big that he's waiting on, that is sitting right there before you. I tell people all the time, as bad as I want people to go with me, everybody not going to be able to cross with me. God is like, I know you want everybody to go, but it's just some people you're not going to be able to take with you.
Right.
And it was a hard reality for me to accept. But sometimes God say, when you steady holding on to stuff, I hold everything up until you let it go.
Yeah.
And that's just the hard reality of it, of the business. I talked to a friend earlier today. We were talking about like Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys, good person, good player. But guess what? When it comes to business and it's time to move things around and shift and do things, you got to make business moves. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that's going to continue to allow you to grow and keep going out, and things like that, and I look and I say that to say to my actors and actresses that, and I tell them all the time, we can sit there at the table and those networks could be like, oh, well, I like this person, but we're gonna have to find a replacement for this one because we don't like this one in order for you to get this deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, just know that sometimes God just may be using you to get to this point.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't mean that, you're not good or that you're not fit for this. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you served your purpose and now it's time to shift.
Right. Right. And we all have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's time to jump ship, when it's time to move on along, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of
Exactly.
friendship, or in the case of
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel Elliott, it's just time. Your body might be worn, you fit in
Right.
better. It may be time for you to raise kids. It's just time to pivot and do something
Right.
different.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
can I can definitely attest to that from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing now, I do a podcast and I do marketing, and I totally love what I do. And if
Mm-hmm.
you wind 20 years ago, then I was actually doing the same exact thing, but in a different
Mm-hmm.
way, in a different manner. So
Right.
I wasn't able to take the particular train. I was part of a record label, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to take that particular train, to stardom, or to have this much money, or whatever the case may be. But
Mm-hmm.
but in the midst of it all, here I am still doing what it is that I enjoy, truly enjoy. You know,
Yeah.
so it's an awesome pathway, and we should all enjoy the journey.
Yes. Yes. Because it's definitely a journey. And you just have to know that, on the journey, you know, you got to be prepared to work on the journey. It's just not a smooth, It's not just a smooth little walk. You're gonna step on some things on the journey. You're gonna you're gonna trip and fall on the journey. You're gonna have to get up and dust yourself off. You might be a little thirsty, might get a little hungry on the journey. But you got to just keep going and just make sure you surround yourself with some positive people who can pour into you, because you're always gonna have them voices and those people to implement doubt in your mind about what you're doing, and a lot of times, you be like, well, it's the support, that I need for this. Sometimes all you need is God.
Right.
Your faith, what I'm saying? You got to believe that it's going to happen, but you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work.
That's a definite. Faith without works is dead.
Yes, it is.
Truest thing that had ever been written.
Right. That's cannot lie. The scripture does not lie. Yes.
So let's get into blocked a little bit. Am I saying it right, or is it be locked?
No, it's blocked.
Okay, let's get into blocked a little bit. Without giving us too much, can you tell us a little bit about the series and what's going on?
Yes. So dealing with a young lady named April, she was left in darkness, so she grew in darkness, and she has this strong repugnance towards God. When I mean by she was left in darkness and she grew in darkness, she was abandoned by her parents at a very young age. And so I'm not gonna tell you what they did, but y'all are gonna see. Y'all are gonna see what they did, but she was just left alone to kind of just fend for herself, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. She did come in contact with a good family, but again, still with a lot of things going on around her, blocked is surrounding, molestation, it's dealing with, spiritual warfare, is dealing with LGBTQ community, is dealing with everything that we can think of. Put it like this, that the church would say you going to hell for is what blocked is.
Okay.
everything that you would get ridiculed for, everything that you would get judged on, everything that out of that is in blocked.
Okay.
My main reason for writing blocked was, God came to me and was like, I need you to take both of these worlds and bring them together. I need you to the reality, of the world, and I need the religious aspect. Bring them together, because I want them to see how they clash. I really want to show how the religious side blocks this side from receiving me, and some people might be like, what? No, they just need to get right. No, sometimes we can be a stumbling block for them, because just how we live our lives, trying to within the four walls, we make it seem like we're not going through nothing, or we don't deal with nothing, or whatever. And I'm saying we, because I put myself in that category, because I call myself a Christian, and do I live every day as a Christian? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be ashamed to say that I don't. My heart, yes, I love God. You know what I'm saying? I worship God. I praise God. But guess what? I could get in my car and somebody could jump over in front of me or cut me off on the road or something. And I'm going off like, so I mean, and I, without telling too much of blocked, just know that those two worlds are going to be clashing. And I'm basically showing how even on both ends, how sometimes he is so blocked that we can't even hear him. We think that he's not there, but he is. But because we allow so much noise to encamp our minds and our hearts, and just our lives, it gets in the way of him and us actually building a relationship with him. I will say that since I began to deal with blocked, I done kind of got away from the whole religious thing and kind of just developed more of a spiritual relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes religion can put its stipulations on people, and make people feel like, that it's limitations to God, and I just feel like God done charged me with a huge assignment to put out to the world, that, he is here and he listens, but he gives us choices. You know what I'm saying? And those choices that we make is what guides our life. He's hands off when it comes to us and how we make our choices.
Right.
And so sometimes it's our choices that lead us to our faith. Sometimes it's our choices that lead us to our blessings. Sometimes, not sometimes, but it is. You know what I'm saying? It's our choices. And God is just like, I'm a God of choice. If I had my way, things would be a whole lot different, but it's not. I'm letting you all have that choice. So that's the premises of Block.
That's good. I can't wait to get into it.
Yes.
You mentioning choices, going back to the example I gave earlier about me not being able to catch the train on to entertainment industry. Right. Yeah, I would have made all the wrong choices. Probably wouldn't even be here. So I'm glad it went that way and that choice was not made.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. So
yeah,
I really want to I'm really intrigued. I'm really intrigued now. What I would say, let me say this. If you could have your way, what program or what station would you prefer for Block to be shown on?
HBO or Stars.
So it that means, if I'm reading it correctly, it gets a little raunchy.
Oh, it's raw. Do you hear me?
Okay.
It's raw. Like it's raw. Like when I tell you I'm not sugarcoating anything in Block. I'm not sugarcoating anything.
Okay.
Look, anti, that's not even a word, but
It's
I'm
an
not
expression.
sugarcoating.
It's
I'm
an
not sugarcoating
expression.
anything, but I don't want my content to be I don't want it to be watered down.
Right.
I feel like
Yes.
my, that Blocked is just that good. I know it is, of course, we got the awards around the world to prove. But and that's from this, and with me having an all Black cast and all these different nationalities that have awarded Blocks, it speaks volumes. And I tell my cast that all the time, like, it's a message off in there, and that message, regardless if you Black, white, brown, purple, red, yellow, blue, it's for everybody.
Right.
It's for everybody. And I do plan on, I do want a diverse cast, and everything like that, but I used who God sent me, and it just wows me how other countries can see this and award, and we get the awards that we have for for Block. And I'm just like, I can't wait for it to be on a major network and platform so that the world and everybody can see it. Because right now, only the film festival circuits can see it.
Oh, that was my question.
Yes. I only entered like the TV pilot inside of the film festivals. I just kind of just really stepped out on faith. Initially, somebody that was a part of AJP, she submitted to two film festivals, and I just, from there, I just went film festival crazy, just submitting and submitting and submitting and submitting. I think I submitted over 100 and something film festivals, and we have won awards everywhere.
That's
everywhere.
Amazing. That is
everywhere.
amazing.
And so we just had a film review done that was sent to me from Greece. They did a film review on the TV pilot and everything. And so I got connected to some major people within the TV world. And I was told, okay, it's good for the film festival, circuit, but let's take it up a notch. We want you to take it up a notch, and we want you to add a little bit more to it. And once you get that done, we're gonna go to the table. So in September, I redid it, I reshot it. And so it's on the cups of being completed now. And as soon as it's finished, we're going to the table.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All
yeah,
right. That's amazing.
yeah. So I'm
Um,
excited about that.
you are the perfect example of using what you have. Like at this moment in time, you know, you're using the actors, like you say, that was provided. You made it
Hmm.
happen. Once
Hmm.
you found out about the film festivals, hey, let's open the doors to that. Make
Hmm.
that happen. So
Hmm.
that's to anybody listening out there, that is the roadmap to doing anything, just one step at a time. You know,
Hmm.
and the doors will open. The doors will eventually open. And that
Yes.
sounds like exactly what's going on with you.
Oh yes, I appreciate it, and it's funny that you said something about the doors opening. And yesterday, I just want to share this as I saw a video clipping of Pastor I think Pastor Mike Jones, or I think that's his name, and he talked about doors. And sometimes people think, about physical doors, and things like that. But when you have spiritual doors that begin to open up for you, that's a whole nother realm right there, because those doors are revolving.
Yeah.
Those doors are everlasting. And my thing is that I wanted to give people who have not been given an opportunity, a chance to act, and a chance to see themselves in a manner that that they can do anything that they put their heart and their mind to. Tyler Perry talked about people crossing over, with him. I want people to cross over with me,
Yeah.
and I know, like I say, I know everybody, it ain't for everybody, but I at least want to I at least would like to say that I created that opportunity.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. Everything
Hmm.
ain't for everybody. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's just
Right.
simple as that. But are you from Fort Worth?
Yes, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Stop 6.
Oh, that's what's up. With that being said, I want to say I am proud of you.
Thank you.
And I want to say that, we don't personally know each other, but I'm from Fort Worth.
Okay.
And as just Fort Worth family, um, we don't get a lot of opportunities. We
Right.
also don't get a lot of people from our, area telling us that we are proud of each other and bigging each other up
Exactly.
and supporting each other. So I want to take
Right.
the time to tell you that and
Oh,
just,
thank you.
to keep going. And
Thank
you
you.
are giving people an opportunity that we right up the street from Dallas, right?
Hmm.
But
Right.
you have so many people that don't even take the trek to Dallas that has plenty of opportunity,
Hmm.
right here in Fort
Hmm.
Worth.
Hmm.
Not that we're not talented, not that, um, there's just not a lot of opportunity.
Exactly.
And that's something that you are giving people, which is
Right.
totally awesome.
Right. Right. You have a heart for it. I'm willing to work with everybody, but like I say, with me being, where I'm at on the platform, you know, I lay everything out up front, and it's your choice if you wanted to be a part of the journey. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah,
not easy, it's not easy.
not at all. Not at all.
Hmm.
So the last few minutes that we have, this is something I've been doing. And I take these little snippets and I do little the reels or
Okay.
the stories that they have, whatever. So
Okay.
real short, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna name these topics and
Okay.
you mentioned what it means to you based on your journey, based on who you are and or advice to
Okay.
someone. All
Okay.
right, let's
Okay.
start. Motivation.
Motivation. Let your family, your kids, things around you that mean the most to you be your motivation. because when you look it into the face, or them into the face, or it'll remind you every day to just keep going, because you're building a legacy, you're building an empire. So let those things that mean the most to you, the closest to you, be your motivation.
All right. All right. Mentoring.
Mentoring. Mentoring. It's always somebody looking to have somebody to be that inspiration or that light in their life. Mentoring for me within my with my company, with my business, is that I take my pain and things that I have dealt with, and I'm able to mentor to my cast and to tell them how I made it over this situation, how I accomplished this thing, or how I'm making it. My cast varies from various ages, from 5 up until 60. I mean, they, it ranges, and there is no specific age range for mentoring. You know what I'm saying? So someone, you can mentor to somebody that is older, somebody that is younger, however, but mentoring is very important because it allows people to still attach to someone that's doing great things, and can really strive in a positive light.
Okay. All right. Next one, meditation.
Meditation.
Or prayer.
Meditation is necessary. I had to learn that for myself. Because if you don't set some time away to meditate, and just really take some moments to breathe and just think about, where you're at, what you're doing, and reflect and things like that, you'll find yourself lost and constantly going, and you need that air to breathe for a second. You know what I'm saying? Take that moment to meditate, and just sit back and just thank God for where you were, where you're going, what you're doing. Just whatever it is, go somewhere, go read a book, go somewhere quiet, just you, just you, just have a moment to yourself.
All right. I like that. Movement, as in working out or traveling or.
Yes. So movement. I'm just basically just travel is always good. It go back to meditation. It go back to meditation because you get away that time to break away. But movement, when I think of the word movement, I look at it as not staying in the same place, not staying complacent, to continue to develop, to continue to shift and move and create. And if you cannot do it right then, long as you jotting it down or writing it, just know that you're constantly keeping things moving mentally, constantly keeping things moving, within your creative side, to know that, hey, I'm not staying still. So when I hear movement, that's the first thing that come to my mind is that just keep going, just don't stop.
I love that. Love that answer. Okay, next one, marketing.
Marketing, woo, is a biggie. Marketing is very important. Like marketing, it ties in with branding. You don't brand yourself, you don't market yourself or anything like that. You don't have to be selling anything. Just brand yourself. Just put it out there. Let people see, hey, this is me. This represents me. You are a brand. Marketing is so crucial. Even when you have things going on, when you got to do it daily. Some people think, oh well, I'll do it, once every week or every other week. Build your flow, build your audience, market as much as you can. The same way when you log on to TV and you constantly see the same commercial all day long, that's marketing. And you gonna remember that, you start memorizing the songs. So when you looking at TV, same thing when you log on to Facebook. If you notice that when you say something, all of a sudden you log on, and that what you talked about is in your feed, or on IG, or when you pull up the internet, or however. But marketing is so crucial. Marketing helps you build your audience.
That's right. I seen your passion in that answer.
Yes.
Mindset.
Mindset is everything. Oh my God. Your mindset controls your movement. And that's just gonna that ties into movement. Because if you have the mindset to keep going, if you have the mindset to not quit, if you have the mindset to go further than you ever dreamed of, you're gonna do just that. I say life and death is in the power of the tongue. You speak life, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna continue to walk in things and continue to things are gonna begin to lay out in front of you, and you're gonna be able to build those things up slowly but surely. But when you begin to doubt yourself and things like that, that's when you begin to your mindset begins to dwindle. You lose sight of your purpose, you lose sight of everything. And so your mindset, stay around positive people. Don't get crowded by the noise. When I say noise, the negative energies or whatever the case may be, your mindset is everything. Stressing, all that kind of stuff, like, you have got to be able to release it, pour into a positive source or something, but your mindset is very important. Very important.
Nice, nice, nice. Those are all keys. Those are all keys to being successful.
Yes.
Real quick, where can people find you, contact you, socials?
Yes, so you can follow us on IG and Facebook at Anntreece Jones Productions. You can also visit our websites, antreeceproductions.com and blocktvseries.com. I'm also on Twitter and Mrs. AJ Playwrights. We are currently working on other projects at the moment, so you will all see that really soon as well. But you can always Google us, Anntreece Jones, Anntreece